I'm the Herbs.
And I'm the Ginger. Let's get cooking.
Today, we are going to acknowledge the giant invisible elephant in the room, that which we shall not name coronavirus. I just named it.
You named it? You said we weren't going to name it and then you named it.
Stupid.
Okay, but really, we do understand just everything that you're going through right now. And, I think there's something that everyone's struggling with in this time, whether it's their job or their family or, I don't know, anything. There's even being away from people, even if you don't really have like a huge career that you can't work at now, or family that you're struggling to provide for. Even if you're just doing okay, it's okay to still be hard. I don't know.
Yeah, I was just saying today, I'm kind of getting cabin fever, because what else are you supposed to do? Go for a walk. I think you should go for a walk. But, there's not a lot of the social interaction that we crave going on. Yeah. So, we wanted to take this video specifically just to give a senior's viewpoint on it. Not that our viewpoint is more valuable than anyone else's, but it's different. So,
yep.
We want to speak to the seniors out there. We want to speak to some of the challenges, but then we want to lift you up.
Yeah, so we acknowledge that it's hard. We acknowledge that this is time, that it's okay to be sad, but now we're realizing it's a time that we need to push away the sadness and start to bring the light into it.
So first of all, to our fellow seniors out there, the class of 2020, we understand. We're all in this together. I miss a lot of you guys that I'm sure are hopefully watching the video. And if you're not, watch the dang video.
If our calc class isn't watching this video, I'm going to be really disappointed.
Yeah. Anyways, so, there's a lot up in the air right now with prom and graduation. That's kind of the big one. We're not really sure exactly how that's going to work out, but I have a feeling, I have a hunch, and Nathan is usually right, almost always, that it's going to work out. So,
yes. Should we move on to the joy?
Let's move on to the joy.
Right.
We love you all. We hope that you're doing all right. Now, we're going to speak a little bit about what we've done with our time on lockdown to make some good out of it. And hopefully, you can do the same. So, Lindsay, explain your bucket list and all your other happenings and such and so forth.
So, I will try to post a picture in the comments. Is that something you can do? I don't know. I hope so.
Maybe.
If it is something you can do, I'll post a picture in the comments of my quarantine bucket list. So, on there, I have things like, sorry, I'm looking at it. Do a face mask, go on a run, go on a bike ride, make like a little coin pouch, play my saxophone, and there's all sorts of stuff. And so this extra time that this quarantine has given me just to like reflect and like calm down, slow down, and stop worrying about all these things that I need to be doing has been so helpful. Like, I've started going on runs, and I used to hate running, but now I actually kind of enjoy going on a jog with my dog, and I never thought I'd say that. And I've, for one, got to spend way more time outside, and it's also allowed a lot of families to just, like, get housework done. I know our family started staining our house. It's allowed time for that, and it's just been really good to do some of those extra fun things that I normally wouldn't have had time for.
And we're no way mitigating or lessening the real pain that people are feeling. This is a real health, this is an issue, and people are actually, dying from this, and so we're not saying that that's not real. It absolutely is, but we're wanting to bring some light. I believe Romans 8:28, things are going to turn out okay. There's good that can come out of this. So like another one is sing. We sang, and you should watch it in the last video,
Yeah, definitely. If you haven't seen the last video, go back and watch it. But that was crossed off my bucket list as well. And I'm hoping to have something on my bucket list to do like every day that I'm not in school. Because I know there's a pain for people not seeing people. And like every day that's new brings another thing that you miss. So just find something else you can do to replace that thing you miss.
And for me, both of us cleaned out our bedrooms because they were disastrous.
Yeah.
And
we found the shark.
We found the shark.
Which was in, our last video.
Spoiler.
So, when we said sing, we sung in the last video.
Oh, yeah,
so,
that's right.
But
we're recording multiple at once in case you didn't know.
Yeah.
So, also, in addition to that, I've gotten to play piano more. That's fun. That's something I've been wanting to do for a while. Also, learning about investing, which you
Less
should do.
fun.
Listen, I'm a nerd, okay? I'm a nerd. So if you want me to have some sort of podcast where I just talk about nerdy stuff,
go on. Move to the next.
yeah. Anyways.
But you did get to do investing.
Yeah.
And it's something you wanted to do. So
yeah.
it may not be something we want to do, but it was something he wanted to do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So our point out of all this, I don't know if we have a point. We have a point. Our point out of this is that there's ways that we can make this quarantine effective for good in this world. We can encourage others, bless others, call a grandparent that you can't see right now, call a friend, check up on them.
Write a letter.
Write a letter.
It's on my bucket list. I need to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I need to paint my dog's nails too.
Yeah.
That may be tomorrow.
Yeah. And there's another thing that I wanted to share with you. I thought it was rather interesting. So this morning I woke up and I read Matthew 24. So now it's time for Bible talk, right? If that offends you, I guess you can
keep watching.
I was going to say you can leave. But it'd be better if you stay tuned and watch. But I'm just saying. Okay, anyways. So my grandpa came over today, and he was talking. We stayed 6 feet away from my grandpa. But he said, we were talking about the pandemic as everyone is talking about. You can't hear anything else at all. And he said something that I thought was interesting. He said, and I quote, I wrote it down, "The end is not yet." He was reading through scripture, Revelation, the different gospels, and he was talking about how it was prophesied that all these horrible things were going to happen in this world. The famine, famines, the wars that we've experienced, things like this pandemic, and that does not mean that the end is tomorrow. It could, right? None of us know when the end is. I don't know when the end for me is, personally, but don't freak out. Right? Like, nobody knows. So, like I said, this morning, I woke up and read Matthew 24. And my grandpa, not knowing any of that, came and paralleled everything that I read this morning. And it kind of blew my mind a little bit. So, for example, in verse 6 of Matthew 24, the disciples are asking Jesus, like, when's this going to go down? When is the end of the world? How will we know when the end times are here? And Jesus says, in verse 6, "You'll be hearing of wars and rumors of wars. See that you are not frightened, for those things must take place, but that is not yet the end. For nation will rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and in various places there will be famines and earthquakes. But all these things are merely the beginning of birth pangs." So, it ain't no thing but a birth pang. To put it catchy. Okay. And Jesus goes on to talk about tribulation, and the times that when we're nearing the end times, how we'll know it. But my grandpa also said he's an astronomy guy, so he gets these astronomy magazines, and he was talking about this red giant in the southwest sky that the astronomers are predicting may at some point explode, to where at night we'll see light comparable or even surpassing that of a full moon. And so also in Matthew 24, in verse 29, it says that the sun will be darkened and the moon will not give its light, and the stars will fall from the sky, and the powers of the heavens will be shaken. So my grandpa basically came in and preached this chapter
without knowing you read it.
Without knowing I read it. And it's something that was huge for me this morning when I woke up and read it, because when I was going through this, I was like, all right, this is bad, right? Coronavirus is bad, but it may not be the end. So
there's hope.
There's hope. I hope that's encouraging in some way to you. Like I said, this is a real thing, and it's okay to feel the pain of it. There's no reason why you wouldn't, right? It's completely natural.
It's awful, and we get that.
Mm-hmm. But at the same time, realize that
this is not the end.
This is not the end.
So get up in the morning and smile, and come up with something to do that will replace what you're missing.
Yes. So, the end to another sermon, I guess. I don't know if we're calling them sermons. We just love encouraging you guys, so I hope that's what we did today. And also, sorry.
I think that was exactly what you're going to say.
Go ahead.
If you come up with something that you're going to do in this quarantine or time that you're away from people, comment it below so we can read what your guys are doing, and we'd love to talk to you about it.
Encourage others. Have fun.
See you next time.
See you next time.
Bye.
We are going to acknowledge the giant invisible elephant in the room.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. We're gonna do that.
Let's do it again.
So, today.
Wait. Get it together.
Get it together, man.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Mr. Sullivan.
Shut up!
Shut up. You're gonna make him lose his focus.
Shut up!
Oh, Mr. Sullivan.
Okay, I'm good now. That was good.
That was good.
That's really good. Well, guys, it's officially been like 7 days, and we had to transfer the shark out of the bucket into the sink. But here he is. I think this is as big as he's gonna get, but he's definitely grown 6 times. Like, oh, he is like huge.